Hey guys, how you going? It's Shai here from Genesis Parramatta, reporting to you live on our weekly video blog, and hopefully we're all having a great week and everything's going well. So let's get the show underway. Just thought I'd very quickly just respond to a comment that I got in relation to my previous video blog in relation to supplements, namely caffeine. And someone just said to me, do I advocate the use of it? And what I feel is that the caffeine is definitely effective, okay, and it's been proven to work. I don't necessarily advocate its use in all sets of circumstances. In some sets of circumstances I do, but in situations like people with high blood pressure and in certain other situations, I certainly don't advocate its use. So yeah, it's very situational, but definitely can work in occasions, but not necessarily in all. So yeah, just thought I'd put that one out there. All right, now topic of conversation today, and it's one that I hear a lot, which is I've been in the industry quite some time, as I always say, and over the years I've heard every single excuse for people to either not want to get started on an exercise program or not be able to continue an exercise program. Now, I'm probably preaching to the choir here, to be honest, because most of you guys tuning into this are probably already exercising or super keen and just wanting to learn more. But if you are, pass this video on to your mother, father, sister, brother who's the couch potato, and get them to listen up, because I'm just going to dispense a little bit of advice, so a little bit of wisdom hopefully, and I'm just going to go through probably the 3 or 4 main reasons why people, excuses people make to not continue or get started on an exercise program. The first one I'm going to discuss very quickly is time, and it's probably the one I hear the most, and it's, look, I feel it's an absolute cop-out. We all lead very, very busy lives, and what I like to respond to that is that if you don't have time to exercise, then you'd better make time for a whole myriad of other conditions associated with not exercising. In fact, everyone can afford the time to do so, and in fact, by exercising 3 times a week, you actually put more productivity into those hours that you're investing. And so, if somebody said to me, look, I don't have time to exercise, I always like to put it back to them in the way that if I told you that if you didn't exercise 3 times a week or else you drop dead, would you have time to do so? And of course the answer is yes. And realistically, that's the way we need to look at an exercise program, because we prioritise so many other things first, our possessions and our careers and all these other things, but then we neglect the only thing that we really own, which is our own bodies, and that's just I guess a sign of the times. So you really have to get back to basics and realise that the time that I invest in myself, in getting my body geared up to be able to handle those daily challenges, it should always be right up there on the priority list, far more than the fancy car that you're trying to save up for and flogging yourself at work to do so. So time, okay, absolutely no excuse. All right. Then the next one I get is motivation. I'm just not motivated. I just don't feel like it. I just can't keep myself psychologically motivated to do so. Well, guess what, kids? None of us are motivated all the time to do anything. Motivation is fleeting, and it comes and goes very, very quickly. How many of you guys go to work every day and have careers and jobs and what have you? And how many of you guys every day are motivated to go to work? Well, I pretty much say just about everyone. Yet we still do it. Why? Because if we don't go to work, we don't get paid. We persist. And I truly believe that the word motivation is one of the most overused and overcategorised terms out there. Persistence is the key. Persistence. Persistence. Doing something even if you don't feel like doing it, because you're going to get the reward. Okay, that's the most important thing. All right, don't look at your, people go to work because their reward is the dollar. All right, the dollar, okay, is important, but your own health is just as, all right, just as important. You need to really hold them on the same type of level. And by exercising and looking after yourself, all right, you're making that investment. All right, so you really have to look at it, in that way. And if you do so, it just changes the way that you think. And instead of dreading going, and there'll be some days that you'll do so, but at least you're going to keep going through it. All right, and you've got to be a little bit organised to do so. All right, but persist. All right, even if you don't feel like doing it, continue to do it, because your payoff so outweighs the hour or so of sitting on the lounge. All right. The next one, and this one more so relates to joining a gym, and it's something that I hear a lot is financial reasons to not exercise. Now, in terms of joining a gym, look, 99% of the population can normally afford the $15 or $20 a week it costs to get started on a gym program. I mean, most of us spend that much on coffee a week anyway. So, but even if it is, if you're super short on a penny, all right, a park is free. There is no, a park is free. Anywhere is free. You've got 2 legs and go outside and go for a walk. I mean, there's no reason for the financial reasons to not want to be able to engage in an exercise program. So yeah, address that one really quickly. And the last one that I hear is I'm injured, or I'm sick. I'm too sick, or I'm too injured to exercise. And I hear this one a lot of the time, and I think a lot of the time people fall back on injury as a way of, I guess, not wanting to do something, or falling back. Because look, for example, someone says, I've got a bad shoulder so I can't exercise. I mean, do you use your shoulders to walk? Do you use your shoulders to go ride a bike? Do you use your shoulders when you run? Or I've got a bad back so I can't exercise. Well, why do you think you got a bad back in the first place? Is it because you've got weak core muscles? You're carrying too much weight in the front? Have your postural muscles wrecked from sitting down on a chair all day? So using an injury as a reason to not exercise, I mean, to me, it's there's probably only a couple of serious injuries, and even then, most people advocate, most physicians advocate doing regular physical activity to rehabilitate an injured area. Is super important. So if you're watching this and you don't feel like doing something right now, I'm looking outside at the moment and it's raining, and there are always going to be external influences that are going to make you feel like not doing something. There always is. You might have had an argument with someone, or had a bad day at work, or whatever it might be. But it's about changing that mindset and not looking for reasons to not do something, but look for the reasons to do something. Okay, because we all can do it. We all have that power inside of us to make a difference to our health, to our bodies, and be role models to our kids and to our friends. But you've got to make that decision. You've got to make that strong decision, and then persist. Okay, and then persist with it, and not make excuses. Okay, and that's all they are. There's no real legitimate reason that you can't be doing something right now to improve or make yourself better in terms of your health. So yeah, look, that's pretty much it. I promise my next one will be a little bit less soapboxy and a bit more informative. But yeah, look, if you have anyone that might need to hear this message, forward the message on to them. Share it on your Facebook page, or send a link to one of your friends or something. But that's pretty much about it for this week. So if you've got any questions or comments, pop it in the little section below. Otherwise, have yourselves a fantastic week. Catch you later.